Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and I am standing outside the skate park flip, which looks like a disaster zone right now. But I promise it will look better soon. This has been one of the more involved flips we've done in a while. I know we just listed one last week and showed you that video, and that house is actually under contract already, which is great. And that was a pretty involved flip too. But that one didn't have an indoor skate park we had to take out, or an outdoor skate park, or about 8,000 trees either. So I don't think anybody really realized how much vegetation and overgrown trees and different stuff there was at this property until we got into it this last week. So the inside's been making progress. It's getting closer. We had some delays with the kitchen from Home Depot. That's finally in. So we're making a lot of progress, and it looks so much better than it did before. And I like it much better when Nikki, my project manager, picks fixtures and vanities and mirrors too than when our contractors do. And that's kind of one of our rules, is that Nikki picks that stuff. Sometimes the contractors buy their own stuff, which is frustrating for us. And they put it in like, hey, there's a reason why Nikki's a project manager and designs stuff and why the contractors don't design stuff. So anyway, this house was pretty rough when we bought it. I actually had a door going to the kitchen in this room before. The upstairs wasn't awful. It has hardwood floors. We're going to refinish those, make them look pretty. Windows were decent. You know, there weren't any massive holes in the walls or anything. But it was the basement that really was rough and crazy. And it kind of looked like someone had lived in this house for 20 years, but they just lived in the upstairs. They didn't go outside. They didn't go in the basement or do anything down there. And crazy enough, that used to be a bathroom. And one of the neighbors came by a couple of weeks ago and asked to walk through this house. Because like, yeah, I live next door and it looks like the same floor plan as mine. And I'm like, okay, you can walk through. And she's like, yep, this is a bathroom in my house too. So that tiny closet was originally designed as a bathroom. And there literally isn't really room to sit down. But that did not stop the builder. So we thought about making it a bathroom. In the end, we did not. Just because, we'll show you in the basement, the drain situation, the code situation, it just didn't make much sense. We do have our kitchen now, so that is nice. There are lots of windows and different things. Not a great layout in this house for a kitchen. There's no real dining room. There's kind of a dining area here. You can have a table, but there's no dedicated dining room. We've bought a lot of houses with that situation, though, and honestly, it never really seems to hurt them that much. So hopefully it doesn't hurt this one. Here's the basement. We still have the beautiful checkered floor, but that's about all that is left of this basement. It did have this family room before, and we'll try and post the video below in the comments. Full of stuff, but way nicer than it was. Here's the utility room, and we had the more storage room that goes back here. It was a weird layout. I don't know really what they were thinking, but like I said, it's so dirty and so old. It's like stuff had just stood still for years and years and years. And then over here on the right is where the craziness was. And through that doorway, there was just a big room with concrete ramps and dark, dingy walls and the skate posters everywhere. So we made it a little bit better, a little bit more usable. Obviously, we still need some carpet, some flooring, but we have windows and closets now, and it's so much better and so much more usable. This did cost us some money to do this, obviously, but in the end, it should pay off. And of course, this is so much better now, too. Maybe. There we go. Our bathroom, which is like a real bathroom now, not like a dark spider dungeon. And look, our crazy drain lines are all hidden. Good job, guys. So I've talked about it before. We've got contractors who've been really happy with. They're the ones doing this house because it's a big project, so we give them big projects. And then we've had some who aren't just quite as good. And that is the dumpster peeing, if you're wondering what's happening. If you're also wondering what that smells like, just use your imagination for probably one of the worst smells you can imagine. And that's what dumpster water smells like. I showed a video of all the storms and damage we had from a week or two ago. And so, yeah, that is 3 inches of rain in that dumpster. And we could smell it in the backyard while we were walking around. It was not pretty. But you can see how they pick up the dumpsters and put them on there and take them away, all that fun stuff. You can see trees, vegetation, stuff everywhere. The backyard was crazy, but it looks so much better now. Part of the reason we didn't know how much stuff and trees and different things there were in back was because you couldn't see anything, just because there was so much, but you didn't realize how much stuff was hidden behind the stuff that you couldn't see that was hidden behind the stuff you couldn't see. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. So here's the backyard now. And at some point, someone spent a ton of money or time, work, making this with different, retaining walls and levels and trees. And there was a weird chicken / dog / cat run going through here that we took down. There was the skate park ramps that are still kind of partially back there. We didn't even know that tree was there. Did you see that giant thing that's dead? And luckily, is partially cut down. But yeah, we didn't even know that was there. We'll show it here in a second. There's the remnants of the skate park that was abandoned years and years ago. So we still have a lot of work to do back there, but it's way, way, way better. A couple of sheds. And there's a 1-car garage. We did get a garage door put on that too, because before it just basically had plywood nailed shut. So now it's a garage you can actually use and put a car in. Here is that tree. So I'm curious. We're probably just going to leave it like that. It's kind of cool, but what would you think about that giant tree in the yard? And then there's a pond that was back there that I think I saw the first time I saw the house, but it's got this crazy tree hanging over it, kind of blocking it. You couldn't really smell the pond because of the smell from the dumpster pee, but I don't know. We found fish before in ponds too that were alive and fine at some of these houses. And we've also found some dead fish in ponds before too that were not alive and fine, obviously. So here's the side yard. Tons of stuff. It just keeps going and going. But I haven't been over there since I took this video a couple days ago. But our guy said it's pretty much all cleared out, all done now. So it'll be really interesting to see it, how it looks with everything gone. And I will not have to plug my nose then, hopefully. And neither will the neighbors. Sorry about that, neighbors. But yeah, it'll be an interesting house. Hopefully we make a little bit of money on it, but it's been a big project, and we spent a little more on it than I thought we would. All right, we'll have updates on this once it's all done. Maybe before then. We'll have updates on our other flips. We tried to buy a couple more this week, and those didn't quite work out. We had some sellers changing prices on us after they'd agreed to one price. That's okay. That happens. We'll keep looking for more. Saw some almost interesting rentals, but not quite interesting enough. And, of course, we'll have our laundromats and other businesses that we always show and talk about, too. Thanks for watching. Love to hear what you think. We'll be back soon.